Good morning. Let's talk redox again today since I'm getting so many questions about redox after the chat that my friend Naomi and I had the other day. Don't mind the mess behind me. It's a hot mess, but it's my mess. So let's get to it. So redox signaling molecules are the foundation of your life. Before nutrition, before exercise, before anything comes redox signaling molecules. Okay, these molecules are the chemical and cellular messengers inside the body that communicate everything from healing to maintaining homeostasis to maintaining balance to initiating hormone balance, protecting you from health issues, and more. Now, why is this foundational? Like I said, even before you think of health as diet, exercise, supplements, vitamins, there is redox. Okay, because redox signaling molecules communicate about how those other factors will be utilized or if they can be. If you didn't know, every single human has over 75 trillion cells within their body. And within each and every 75 trillion of those cells, they have mitochondria that are creating energy for the body in the form of ATP or adenosine triphosphate, as well as redox signaling molecules, which are allowing your cells to communicate back and forth to one another. If your cells are not in optimal form, they can't produce this. So, redox signaling molecules, like I said, are made inside the mitochondria, and there are over 200 to 5,000 mitochondria in each one of those 75 trillion cells throughout your body. That's massive, right? When we have proper communication within the body, it's nearly impossible to have dis-ease or imbalance, right? Redox signaling molecules were discovered back in 1997, so they're fairly new as a scientific breakthrough. And the scientists won a Nobel Prize back in 1998. As of today, in 2023, there have been over 300,000, I believe, 300,000 studies and articles written on redox signaling molecules alone. And before 1997, these molecules were thought to be a waste product from the Krebs cycle and that they did more harm than good. Thank goodness science kept evolving in the proper manner. It should. It's nice to see that that happens once in a while. But I digress. What is discovered through most of that research is that things like the big C wouldn't really exist if there was enough redox signaling power within your body. And in addition to that, things like autoimmune or neurodegenerative disease just wouldn't exist. Why? Because if your cells were communicating appropriately and with the nature of autoimmune disease, for those of you that know, it's where your body is attacking its own healthy cells, and your body has been unable to eliminate those things. And now there's confusion within what a healthy cell is, what a pathogenic cell is, and what a damaged cell is. Redox signaling molecules are used to repair that communication. So your body stops attacking the good and it starts destroying and killing the bad toxic cells. It's known as children that we are abundant in these redox signaling molecules. You know, as a child, you have all kinds of them. It's wonderful. And yet, as soon as puberty hits, we lose 1% of our redox signaling power every single year. So think about that. Every decade, that's 10% of your cell's communication power gone. Gone. It's just gone. But keep this in mind. Okay, I found this really, really interesting. Dr. Zach Bush talks about how the average 30-year-old has a cellular age of 70. That literally blew my mind, and it makes so much sense all at the same time. This means at a cellular level, okay, at a cellular level, Our bodies are advancing over 30 to 40 years ahead of its time, which is what we're seeing now: premature death, premature disease, right? And we also know that as humans, we're not meant to deal with the amount of chemical exposure that is being bombarded on us every single day. So our bodies don't have time to heal properly, nor do they have time to communicate properly. We are just sludgy and you know, backed up. We have gone so far outside our natural terrain that our bodies can't keep up. We aren't grounding every day, right? As a species, that's how we connected and released electrons. Or sorry, I mean our protons. Well, maybe I've got it backwards, but I've been doing school all day. We are exposed to thousands and thousands of chemicals on a daily basis, from pesticides to household chemicals to skin chemicals to high level of carcinogenic, neurotoxic chemicals, not excluding pharmaceutical drugs that come along from birth to adulthood. We're even getting these chemicals from our food. We're not eating proper food anymore. We're eating food product. Okay? So with this accelerated exposure to things that were never meant to be in our environment, we are obviously seeing the accelerated level of aging, death, and disease. But what does it mean if we're over the cellular age of 70? Well, we've obviously reduced our redox power by well over 70%, which also means as you get older, it's slower for you to repair the communication system within the body, right? Cuts don't close quick enough, skin doesn't heal quick enough, on and on and on. The signaling molecules are the initiators of repairing your body. And if you had enough of them, you would just always self-repair. There wouldn't be autoimmune diseases. There wouldn't be the big C's. There wouldn't be dis-ease in general. So redox as a regenerative protocol is a foundational piece to your wellness. Before nutrition, before vitamins and supplements, it should be step one every single day for everyone. Does that make sense? I'm just thinking if there's anything else that I have to say. Sorry. Okay, no, I've got one. Okay, so now there are other ways to increase your redox signaling molecules naturally and for free. But with these processes, it's a continuous thing. Every day it needs to happen, okay? Number one, the obvious, is exercise. You increase your redox signaling molecules when you increase your blood flow, right? Number two, you want to increase your redox signaling power by eating more life-giving foods that are rich in biophotons. Foods that help the cell function better and communicate better. It just makes sense. And number three is hydrotherapy. So you could utilize hot and cold therapy, a float tank. You could utilize anything to do with hydrotherapy. This increases your redox signaling power, but again, you would have to do this on a daily basis to continue to keep the redox signaling molecules up. Make sense? Or you could, let me see here, you could reach for the blue bottle. The blue bottle has been a lifesaver in my house. And I say this because I use it with my kids, my dad, myself, everybody. Number four, you can get it in the stabilized form as a product. So this is redox signaling molecules in a stabilized form. It's the body's ability to output this information, but you're drinking it as though it's a liquid electricity in the liquid form, and through this advanced technology that is used. It's able to charge up your electrons to the highest potential. Again, think of it like a liquid electricity. And when it's consumed in this form, it provides an overflow of information to your body. You start to communicate right away. Now, this redox signaling molecules literally provide all of the information your cells need to trigger the death of the gross disease cells, the toxic cells, and to regenerate new cells and to regenerate the communication, to balance your hormones. And so that is why it is such an integral part of regenerative healing and part of our protocol here at home. Okay, that's pretty much all I had to say on that. So I hope that answers a few of your questions. If you're looking for more information, you can message me personally. I'm always here. I always have time to answer any questions. I also have a separate group that's dedicated to all of this. But because I've been getting messages regarding redox signaling molecules after the quick chat that I did the other day, and the fact that they're not heavily known or talked about out there, I thought I would come out here and let you know that they are available. They are amazing and they need to be talked about more because, the world's a changing and we either need to get on board, biohack our life, and get back out there. So if you want to join my group, just send me a quick message and I'll send you the link to the Facebook group. Okay. And I'll be back to discuss more at a later date. But until then, live healthy, live fully, but most important, you guys, live free and be kind to one another. Okay. Love you. We'll see you again soon. Bye.